So today is April 8. Today main topic is we will cover two topics: modules and packages. Inside module and packages, what the point I have mentioned here, we will go through these points. Like inside module, first of all, we will understand what is module, then types of modules, then we understand about the import statement, then what is the from import. There are multiple ways to call the modules in our Python file. So we will go through all one by one. In the package, what is the introduction, what is the use of this init file, then definition of the package, importing the packages, defining sub packages also, and importing sub packages. So today we will cover these all points. So now let's start. Okay, 1 minute, sorry. Okay, fine. So let's start. First of all, modules. We need to discuss about the modules. So module is a very important part in the Python. Okay, right now we have already gone through and we have written some line of the codes in our Python files. And if we want to reuse these functions and in any other in our whole project, when we are working in a project, then there is not a single file, a lot of files are there, a lot of folders are there. And at the time we need to reuse our code. What the code we have written, we don't need to write again and again. So we need to write one time and we can use multiple times. So for this functionality, achieving of this functionality, we use always modules. The module is a collection of the Python functions. So what is the module? So module is nothing. What is module? So module is a Python file that contains functions, variable functions, and classes. Means, for example, if we have created abc.py file, okay, so this is a module. This is a module. Any file name, what the file we are creating now, this is called a module. And what the thing we have written in that particular file, basically when we create a file, of course we defining the variables there for storing the values there, and after then we can use the function. We are creating the function for achieving some functionalities using the functions, and after then we are creating the classes also. So the module is nothing. Module is a file in a Python. Module is a Python file that contains variables, functions, and classes. And classes means when we create a simple file, you can call us any file as a modules. That file will be always store variables. The list of the variable may be defined there according to our requirement. We are defining a multiple variables here, and according to our need, we are defining a list of functions there also, and list of classes there also. We can create multiple class in a single file. So the Python single file call as a modules in a Python. This is very important for the interview point of view. Also, we are always asking the questions in the interview: what is the module? What is the difference between module and packages? Okay, so this is the module, and what is the advantages of the module? If we say what is the advantages, of course, when we are using anything in the Python or any advanced features are coming there, of course, there are some advantages like means if we are creating a single file, okay, if we are creating a file without function, with the whole logics, so a lot of lines we are never using. So we need to create a small part of the functions, and after that we are achieving the functionality. So the what is the advantages of this one module? It's always simplicity of the programming. And when we are going the simplicity means if we have created a small chunk of the programs, so that is the advantages we can manage easily. So the advantage is maintainability. Third one is why we are creating these functions and the classes. Of course, reusability of the functionality. These three are the main advantages of the module. If in interview they will ask the question what is module, and after what is the advantages of the module. So you can say this is the advantage of the module is the simplicity. We can maintain the code in a very easy manner. So maintainability will come, and the line of the code will be defined in a standard way there according to the PPT standard. We have already discussed what is the PPT. So Python enhancement proposal. This is the standard given by the Python organization that in which manner we want to create a variable name, function name, modules name, and the class name, and the package name. These type of things are always coming from the PPT standards. Now we need to come types of the modules. Of course, there are two types of the modules. One is inbuilt module. Second one is user-defined module. What is this two? Built-in modules means when we are installing the Python in our system, at the time a lot of codes are also installing in our system. So there are many functions that is already defined. There are many modules. Module with a lot of functions already stored in a Python file, and it's already created in the Python and stored by default when we are installing the modules. So there are just I'm telling the few names of the modules. There are few inbuilt modules, built-in modules. Like OS. These are very popular, and during day-to-day life when we are working in the Python, at the time we are using this one. So OS is a module where we want to interaction with the OS part of things, like creation of the directory using the OS libraries. So we use the OS modules. This is already predefined. The predefined means set of functions are already, set of classes are, set of variables are available in this particular modules. Okay, so OS is a predefined module. Random, when we want to generate a random number using the Python, so at the time we need to use a random like modules. And the math, if we want to achieve some math functionality like tan math formula, cos, sine, tan, such type of thing we want to achieve. This functionality is already developed and it is already available in the Python and in this particular math modules. And there are times if we want to work with the time only, when we want to work with the date and time, at the time we need to use these very popular modules are there. And like when we want to work with the regular expression, at the time we are using the RE modules. The regular expression is available in all the programming languages. When we want to manipulate the CSV file, at the time CSV module is already available. When we want to store some logging, what the things we are doing during the programming, if any error is happening and this error can't, we don't want to show in the screen, at the time we are using the logging concepts. So log modules are available there. We need to store all the logs in this particular logging modules using with the help of these logging modules. These are a few basics predefined modules. When you go in the interview, they will ask, can you tell me the few names of the built-in modules? So you at the time you can tell these things like OS, random, math, time, date, time, sys. So what is the difference between time and datetime module? In time only you can do the manipulation using the times. When we want to use the date and time, at the time we need to use the date and time modules. So these are the predefined few modules that we are using when we are working with the Python programming. Now we need to come how to create a modules. So module is nothing. Why we use basically module? Sometime like in the previous classes, we have already created some addition function, some subtraction function, and we want to use this multiplication function. And we don't want to create this function again and again. We don't at the time of using in a different file. If we are writing the function in a single file, we have not created a module as a normal, and we are not importing this module, then we are not able to use these functions. So this is the advantages, like we can create a function in a file, and when we want to work with in a project at the time, if we require this functionality, we can import this file in our current file, and after then we can achieve the functionality. So right now I will create a sample module, two module with it. One is a helper modules, helper.py file, and the common.py file, common.py file. What is the common.py file? What is the helper.py file? So basically we put any name. It's not mandatory that we need to define this common and helper. Any type of name you can give here. Common means like some type of common function we want to define. Like we have created here as three functions for subtraction, addition, and multiplication. We are storing this function in this file. And we want to store these functions in this common.py file, and we again create some helper also, like a random number, for example, random number we want to generate, or either some different concept like a limit text we want to create, or a unique ID we want to create. Such type of things we can store. Any function we can store inside this helper. So directly we can create a function also, and we can create a class also here. Okay. So now we go here, and now we are creating here. Okay. So just 10, 9, we need to close all the files, close other tabs. Okay. Now I want to go here in this book here. Okay, the one more thing is very important, the file location. File location means what? For example, right now we are here in this one, we have created one FPV1 folder. Okay, so if we are coming here and we are creating this one. For example, this is a one folder, okay? And here we have created FPV1. This is the one folder where we have put in all the files right now, okay? And if we are storing the files in parallel in this inside of this folder, like for example, we are creating here common.py file and helper.py file. And before this, we have created class gender.py. Okay, these three files we have created inside this folder. Okay, these three files we have created inside this folder. Okay, the location of the files are in the same, means all files are stored in the same location. By that, when we want to achieve this module functionality, we will create a common.py file and helper.py file as a module here. Okay, and we want to use these two modules in our class 10.py file. So if we store this one in a different folder, at the time we need to use it a different way. So we need to use that particular folder name, and then we need to use. So at the time what we are using there, at the time when we are creating this one, then generally we are using the package concept. Otherwise we need to give the file path, exact file path. If we have not given the exact file path, then it will throw an error. Okay, so now here I will create one file here inside this one, Python file, like common First I create only common file. Okay, and here I am defining some function. Few function I will define here, like def. Only two parameters we are passing here. Like subtraction. What is the advantage of this one? For example, if we have created, now I am copying this file and I am putting in this file. Okay, if we put there here this file, so only what will happen now, we can use this function only in this file. We can use this function addition in this file. If again I create a new file like class 110, for example, or either 10-1.py file. I have created one more file. Okay, here if I want to use it, so you can see here result and calling the function here and 5,20. Then I am printing this value result. Now if I run this one, so you can see here 25 is coming. Okay, so if I want to use this function in another file also, so if I try to do this thing, because we have not defined here, okay, we have defined a function in a particular file, okay, and we are trying to call this file for a function is from another file. Then what will happen? You can see here it will throw an error. You can see addition is not defined. Again, we need to define this addition in this file. Again, we need to define this one. Okay, so what happening? Repeated time of this function. Right now we have written the only the small function. Now, if we have 100 line of the codes in the particular function, then what will happen? Again, we need to copy the file. The file size will be increased. It will take more space in the memory. What will happen? When we are calling this function 10 times, like addition, like 100 line of the codes are one function and 5 function we are in. These are 500 lines we are storing in a single file. At the time, what will happen? So it will be very tough for us to simplify the code. Maintainability is also issue, and reusability. These three things we can't achieve if we are writing the functionality in a single file again and again. So what is the advantage? Now, if we want to use this addition function in this class.10.py file, class 10-1.py file, what thing we need to do? Only we need to do here, because we have already added those all functions in this file, those we need to use multiple times in our projects. Okay, so here it become, so how we need to use? There are now before calling the modules, so here import statement. Okay, and we have already discussed about the built-in modules. Right now we are defining the user-defined module. So what the thing, this helper.py file and modules and common.py file is a user-defined modules. Any module if we have created by myself, means the developer is creating any modules, any functionality they are developing, writing the script for that one. It is called user-defined module. If that function is module is already available, like OS random, that is called built-in modules. So right now we are creating the common.py file, and we have already created 3 functions there. That is the addition function, that is the subtraction function, and another one is the multiplication function. We want to use this function in different files, in a 4, 5 files, any number of the files we want to achieve. Okay, so before, when we want to call the modules in a file, there are 3 ways to calling the modules. So this is called how to call the modules. Yeah, how to use the modules. For this, we need to use the import keyword. This is the predefined keyword, import. Okay, so there is a first way. We need to use import and the module name. What is the module name here? If I ask, so this common.py file, don't use the .py, only the name. What is the name here? Common. So this common is a module name. Common is a module name. So this is the first way we need to use import and module name. Automatically this file will be added. What will happen? I explain. There is a second way, import using alias. Because sometimes our file name is a very bigger. At the time it's not possible to add a very bigger file name use at all time. At the time we are using alias, import common as CM, for example. This is a short name. So when we want to access the function, so we can use directly this short name. This is called alias. Third one is called from common, import, and the functions name. What the function we have defined there? So function name we have defined there, addition. So first of all, I give you function name. What is the meaning of this function name? So means we need to use like from in common. What how many functions we have defined? 3 functions. So we can use here addition. Then we can, how many functions we want to use? We can define subtraction. So only these 2 functions will be available in a particular file where we are calling. The third one is an option. If we want to define, call all the functions, so we need to use star. So there is some difference between this one. So when we are using import common, all the functions are available. So let's we start one by one there. When we do the practical, then it will be more easy to understand. Okay, I am just commenting these all things. So right now I have only used here import and the module name. So you always remember, if we are asking module name, we are asking the file name. What is the name of the file? Common.py file. We will never use the extension. .py is the extension that indicates the Python compiler. This is a Python file. So after then, if we have not put it the .py file, if you try to execute, then it will be not work. Fine. So in that case, we need to use only the file name. So import and common. Now, because we have used the import and common, in common we have addition, subtraction, and multiplication. If you want to use this function, but because we are not put it here, so there is a one way. First of all, we need to use this module name, then dot, then the function name. Okay, and what the function is written there now, automatically it will come there also. Sorry. If we put here now what the function you have defined in that particular module, automatically it will display all the functions name here also. When we put the modules name, because we are using the import and common. So what is the advantages of this one? So how many functions are available? If there are 100 of the function, automatically all the 100 of the functions are available. But in our case, when we are working, different scenarios are coming there. Okay, what type of scenario will come there? So right now we want to use all 3 functions, then there is no any issues. We can call addition. At the time we require the other things, 20 plus 45. Now if I execute this program, so you can see here. So you can see here 65 is coming, where our function is defined in this common.py file. And we are using this function here in class 10.py file. Same concept we can use in class, multiple file also. So again, here we need to use like import and common, and after then again common dot addition. So it will be available here in that case also. So what the values are there, here it's coming there 35. So what is the advantages? We have defined a function in one places as a module we will define, and we can call this module in any Python file. Generally, the standard way is always defining the module, calling the modules always in a top line of the code. Okay, when we are writing our program, we always, all the import statement basically we write in always in a top order, top to bottom order. We generally we don't use the in the bottom order. For example, if we do this one, then what will happen? You can see. So you can see here, it will throw an error. Command is not defined. So why? Because compiler always start to execution of the code from top to bottom order. So in all programming languages, our compiler, our interpreter always start the execution from top to bottom order, not bottom to top order. So always remember this thing. If you are calling the function of the particular module, before calling the function, you need to define, means you need to call that module in your file. So there is a one-way import and common. But what will happen? There is some disadvantages of this one. What is the disadvantages? Why? So these advantages will be here. First of all, I explain one more thing. Like here, we need to use common at all time. For example, we don't want to use common at all time. I want to use a smaller name here. Okay. So what the thing we can use? We can use alias, ASCII. What is the advantages? For example, right now we have only 5-letter file name or 6-letter file name. If the file name is a very bigger, like 15 letter of the file name, then what that will happen? At all time, you need to write down all the file name here, the bigger file name. So for this, for the solution of this one, we are creating the alias of this file. So this is the short name. Any name you can create. C also we can create any short name. So it will be easy to manage these things. It will be easy to manage. So this is calling as alias. Okay, this is a two-way. So direct import and common, then import, common, and as alias. There is a third way. What is the third way here? Here what's happening, when we are calling import and common, all the functions always, by default, it will come and it will add in this particular file. Right now, we have only 10 lines of the code. There is no any issues. When we use thousands of the line in a particular file, in a particular module, what will happen when we are executing this file? When we execute like this one, here we have a file there, like command.py file, and here we are written here line of the 10,000 line of the code, 1,000 line of the code, 1,000 lines of the code there. Then what will happen? All the functions like 1,000 line of the code also, and like a 100 function we have defined here. So all the 100 function will be automatically added in this one, and it will take some space in the memory. What will happen? It will space, of course, when we are executing any file on the server, our memory is very important at time for execution of the file. Always our speed depend on our execution. Speed always depend on our memory, RAM. So what happening when we are executing in any program, any file, any programming any file in any programming languages, it always take the space in the RAM, not in ROM. So what will happen if the file size is bigger? A lot of functions are there, and we don't need only in this file. We want to use only addition function. In this file, I want to use only subtraction function. In some another file, I want to use only multiplication function. So why we are calling the other function? So for this, we have a different concept here. Like we need to use now this concept. Okay, the function name from the module name and the function name you need to define. So after that, automatically it will come. For example, from common import and what the name you want, so automatically it will come here also. Here I want to use only addition. I don't want to use the other function. And what is the advantages also? In that case, when we are using this syntax like from, common, from and import, this concept from and the module name and import and the function name. The advantage is we don't need to write this one. But the function we have written, automatically we need to. So only we need to use that function name. This is also what's happening when we are doing the programming. Always try to write very less line of the code, very less number of the code. What is the advantage? When you do the more typing there, typographical error will maybe occur there. So typing error generally always come when we are doing to typing more and more line of the codes. Our always the best programming is always avoid the unnecessary line of the code. Only very just use the function in a very advanced level. Use very less line of the code. So this is the standard way to call the module in a file. Class 10 is a file, common is a module. We are calling the addition function here, and we are calling the, we want to call the subtraction function there. So what will happen there? What we can do there? So here again, we need to come in another file. So I want to comment this one. Now I am using this one. One is the subtraction function. Don't need to use this one. So for example, if we have added a addition function here, we are not using the subtraction function. And if we try to call this one, then it will throw an error. Then it will throw an error. Right now we are in 10.1. So right now here we are in this one. So it will throw subtraction is not defined. Why? Because we have, it is already available in this common file, but we are not calling this one. So if we want to call multiple function in a single line, we can use this one. So line one function name, comma, another function. So any number of the line function we can call. Okay. So here, what is the advantages? Only two function we require, only two function we have defined. So if we require only one function, we can define only one function here. So this is the second step to calling the module in a file. There is a third option also available. What is the third option? The third option is a star. Means if we have defined here again the same way, the difference is only between this one here, common dot star means all the function, those are available in this common, it will be available in this file. But the problem is all the functions are available there. The difference between this import and import. Here in this import, we need to use this common again here in this way. Common, and then we need to use, then common, then we need to use this way. But here we from import, from common the module name and the import, and the star means all the function will be available. Either we are using this one, either we are using subtraction or multiplication, anything we can use here. Automatically it will come there. Okay. And when we run this file, so you can see here 65 and 900. So this is calling the module. There are three different ways. So we have already called in using the import, using the alias we have called there, using the from statement. From there are two different way. Okay. So these are called the modules. Now we move for the, so we have already done import, also done. Sometimes we are using the reloading function also. What is the reloading? Reloading means we have already defined this import statement we have already used here. Okay. And after then we have some modification, and again in some condition we want to reload of this function module. So in that case we need to use reload. Why it's not working? Okay. Let me check. I need to check this one. Reload. I need to check, and then I will explain forward that one. So basically, this is using for the reloading of the module. If we want to reload again that particular module, at the time we need to use the reload function. That is available, but in a different way. This is working. I think I need to check that one. Or either maybe deprecated also. Let me check the reload, for example. Okay, reload means we need to use first this one. Again, we'll reload, then common. Let me check these things. It's not showing. Reload is not defined name, so import, not import. So reload, there is some different functions are there. Import and reload, no. Okay, I will check and I will explain next class. Now, what is the use of the dir and main function? These two things is very important. Dir, what it will return, like this is a common file, okay? And if we use print dir and common, so what will happen? You can see here. You can see here how many functions are available. How many functions are available in this file? You can see these all are coming here. Okay, like our three functions are available: addition, subtraction, and multiplication. These three functions are available in this common module. Including these are basically some special type of variable. When we are coming here in Python, we will discuss more deeper in a later class. There is some concept double underscore, and the name here, like here init, we will go through right now this one, double underscore main and double underscore basically name and double underscore a lot of str and many things are also available. We will discuss in a later more detail. These are called special variables. These are called dunder variable. Dunder means double underscore. Dunder means double underscore. What is happening is 2 times the underscore is coming here, so it's called dunder method. Okay, dunder variables, and it's sometimes it's called method also. In a different scenario, the different functionality will be achieved. So here, what is the advantages when this type of things will come in counter by the Python compiler? When the Python compiler is executing, this type of thing will come automatically. It will treat in a different way. So a specific meaning is written in the Python compiler when we are defining anything with the double underscore. These are already predefined basically. So the meaning of this one is a different thing. So we will explain right now, because init we need to use and name we need to use also. So what's happening here when we are using the dir method? This is the predefined method. When we are using the dir method and we are passing this file module name, so these special things are already coming, including our functions name. In the interview, sometime it will ask you how you will get all the functions name from the module, how you will get. Okay, what is the function you will use? So you will told at a time that dir is a function that is dir is a function that is used to get all list all the functions that is available in the modules. So dir is a function. Dir is a function that will return the list of functions available in a module, available in modules, in a module. Okay, so with the help of dir, what we can achieve, we can get all the functions name, what the function we have defined there, we can get using the dir function, dir method. Method and function both are the same name. And these are the built-in cache, doc, file, loader, name, package. We'll explain this later in a later class also. Right now, we need to use this name and the one init method we need to use also there. So these are the things. Okay, here, dir, the main. Why the main is important? What's happening right now? Here, what the thing we have written here, these are line 10 line, 5 line, or 20 line, 50 line of the course. But when we are working in the project, actual project, at the time we always define a one particular location from where our code will be executed. What will happen? So you can see here, for example, we have written this function. Right now, I am copying this function in a file. Like here, I am copying again. Okay, I'm calling this one. Okay. So if I will execute this file, so any output is coming? No output is coming. Because why? Because we have defined only the function, we have not called the function. When execution, if you want to get any output from a function, you need to call the function. This is the body of the function. Means we are defining, this is the definition and body of the function. Definition of the function or body of the function, both is same. So here both are the same, means we are defining the function here, we are not calling. For giving the output now, we need to define some particular position. So what's happening in a file, Basically, in a project, we have a lot of files in a particular folder. Like here, a PV1 is a lot of a file. Here in a lot of folders there. In a different programming languages, what they in the if you are going in the PHP there, so index.php file is there. What is the meaning of this? Automatically, when we are executing, by default is treating there. Why? Because we have already do the configuration in the web server. Web server during with the help of web server configuration. With the help of web server configuration, we can define the file name, which file will become a default file name. If we can define the file name as a default executable file, So in the other programming language, there is one option like index.java. I think index.java is also available. In .NET, some concept is also available there. Here in the Python, what we are using there is the one concept. If we have 100 line of the code in a file, we want to execution a file from a particular position. At that time, basically what we are doing there, if name underscore equal to, what you can see many times this one, this one. So we are calling a function like this. So we are creating a main function. We are putting a def and main, and then we are calling this function. This is the standard way. Okay, this is the standard way to call the code. Okay, in the industry. So for example, right now, if I execute this one, so you can see here the output is coming here. Okay, this output is coming here. Now I need to run this one. So what's happening here? If I print this name is a special type of variable. The Python compiler has a specific name of this one. So you can see when we are printing the name, it means automatically it means why we are maintaining this one. So you can understand here, this is the PPT standard. This is the PPT standard. So PPT standard means why? Because when we are working in a project, you are not a single developer. A lot of developer will work. You have started a project, but you will not continue working in that particular project. Another developer will come. You will resign. You will change another company. You will join another company. Then what will happen? Then the happen will be happen if we have not defined any structure. If we are not following the structure, what the structure instruction is provided by the Puppet, it will create a problem when the new developer will come. So what the structure defined by the Puppet standard, we always follow these steps. So this is the Puppet standard. If we are defining file, if we have created any file in the Python, we need to define this if.name, this line of the code, and there we need to define the function. In that particular function, we need to define all the logics there. Okay, so what will happen if any developer will come, then directly they will come here in this, they will search, okay, this line of code here 20, and this is the main function. After then they will start. They will not check all the line of the code in a start. Otherwise, it will create a problem. Okay, so this is the standard way we need to use this one. So this is the special variable. This variable is called like a dunder methods. This is the double underscore, and this is treated by the special treatment taken by the Python compiler. Okay, so this is very important. Now the important thing is coming packages. So we have completed the modules. Okay, when we are going in the interview, they will ask always. First they will ask what is module. After then they will ask what is the difference, what is package, what is the difference between. They will ask you, okay, what is the use of the main? They will ask you this one also. what is the dir directory, or how we will get the all functions name from module. Okay, this thing will be asked in here. So the package, the difference between Python package and module. Module is a Python file that contains variable function classes. Package is nothing, the collection of modules. The collection of module is called a package. Means inside a package, a lot of module will be available, a lot of file will be available. There is no any limitation of the file, either 100, 200, 200, 500, any number of the file will be available. But how you will create the package? For this, we need to create a blank empty file, create an empty file and store and save this file as underscore init underscore. If any directory, if any folder has an init.py file, then this folder will be called as a package. If this .init.py file is not available, then you can't call this one as a package. So for example, if you want to create a package here, so in this particular fpb1 is a folder, there I want to create a package there. If you create a that Python packages are available there, either we can create directory also, either we can create a Python package also. If we are creating a Python package there, like common, okay, automatically this init.py file is created. Other, if I have not created, then we will create this empty file. For example, we are creating another one, okay, like another directory I just creating, and I want to convert this into a package like helper directory. Okay, now this is not a package, this is a directory, this is a package, this is a where it has gone. This is the package, because init.py file is available in this common folder. This is the normal folder, this is the package. The difference is, what is the difference? The init.py file, that means the blank file should be available in this particular folder. So again, if we create here a blank file, now again helper is also a package, common is also a package. Both are a package. And now come. So what the thing we have defined here, common.py file. Now I want to make this common.py file as a package. What is the advantages of the package? And because if we are storing only the module in a particular project, it will create a problem. The file structure will become very complicated. So at that time, we are using all the modules and store in a particular folder. Then we can convert this folder as a package. So what we will do here, I will copy this file, and I will copy this file. And now I will put in a common folder. I am going in the common folder and pasting in this particular folder. Now, how you will achieve this one? For example, now I am creating a new file here. Because in this particular file, like we are our class.tender.py file and common are in the same directory. So there is no any issue. Now this is in a different directory. It's either common, then it's either this one. So how you will call this package file? So I am getting a one file, class tenders2.py. Now I want to use the function that is defined in this package, common package, in common. So there is no any compulsory that you need to use same file name. Okay, common, you will any name, we can use any ABC name. Okay, like now I put this one in this one, so it will be more good. Okay, now I don't want to use the common package, I want to use a helper. So you don't consider this one, both the module name and the package name should be same. No, any name you can put the package name, any name you can put the module name. Only the inside a package you need to define only the one init.py file, And sub package is also available, possible inside of main package. The helper is the main package. Inside this one, if I move this file folder, okay. So what's happening? This is a main package is a helper, sub package is a common, okay. And we are using same here in common. Now this common is available for this helper file. How we will call this one? For example, if we try to direct call this one, like we have done in this file. We have done in this file from import and other stuff, because I have moved now multiplication. Okay, I have moved from here from import. Okay, now in this file here directly we have called this one, but if we try to call this one directly, it will not work. Why? Common is already available here in helper module. If I am trying to call this one, it will throw error. No, right now why it's working? Because here common is already available. If we put the common one here, if we, because why it's working? Because common is already available. So I am just putting renaming of this one. I'm changing the name. Okay. Where it has gone, rename, refactor, rename. So here, help I am creating. Okay, now if I want to call this module, then it will throw an error. Okay, if I execute this file, then what's happening here? The error is coming here. Okay, no module help is available. Then how you will call the package? So first of all, we need to use the package name, then module name, and then the So help.py file is a modules that is available in helper package. The helper package we have called. After then help module we have used here. Now we can use here print multiplication 20, 30. So now you can see the output here. So what is the concept here when we are calling the package name? So first of all, package name, then module name, and after then you can do the import and any other things like same from import and the function name. Here you can give the function name. In this way we can create, and there are multiple options, like we can go in a nested level also. Okay, so we have already covered all the things here. In it we have already done introduction package, done defining package, done importing package, done define and importing sub package we can create inside this one. Like same way, this is a sub package. Common, in common we have called this one, this is the sub package. 1 second.